Hello, CFI sweethearts. I hope you are having a fantastic weekend. Welcome to episode 33 of the Coming For You podcast, aka CFI Offshore podcast. I am your host, Maximiliana. I am beyond excited today because our podcast has reached Jesus' age, meaning we are now in episode 33, just like some scholars have suggested that Jesus was 33 when he died. I have invited my former colleague, advocate Tito Magoti, a change maker in Tanzania. We mainly want to discuss whether men worry about their age. And this topic is relevant because we are both in our 30s. And Tito celebrated his birthday a few weeks ago. So, Tito, how are you doing, my brother?
All right. How are you?
Great. How is South Africa?
All is well, thank you. So those are my names. I'm Tito Magoti. I practice law in Tanzania. I focus on public law, specifically human rights, advocacy, litigation. So I'm passionate about human rights, as you rightly said.
All right. So now let's get into it. I want us to discuss about whether men do worry about their age, because for us women, we get a little bit of anxiety when we are going up from our 25th birthday and above. Like we start becoming a little bit skeptical even when somebody asks us about our age, and it's even worse when we are at our 30s and 40s and stuff like that. I mean, things have changed now, and women are more confident about their age, but some are still not very confident about their age. So because you celebrated your birthday a few weeks ago, and I was like, maybe we can discuss about this. So let's get into it.
The subject is a bit controversial, and probably for men, the thing is not just to worry about getting older. Men probably worry about obligations that comes with being a man or being an adult. If you reflect on, let's say, for Tanzanian community, where on average someone would finish university at the age of 23, they would have gotten their first degree and spend 1 or 2 years at home before getting a formal employment. The luckiest would immediately get into formal employment. They start living a private life. So both of these would find themselves at a stage where they want to move from home. And that is when they are like 25, 26, 27, and probably at a critical point in their 30s. So the biggest worry for men, I didn't want you to get much into details of what women worry about, but I think most men, most youths worry about the obligations to take care of themselves, to take care of their immediate siblings, to look after their parents. But also there's one important element of our upbringing. Majority of us grew up in extended families. So you would find that you feel like you're obligated to pay back, take care of this or that sibling beyond the bloodline. So that's the biggest worry I have myself encountered as well growing up, but also I evidently see it among my circles.
All right, Tito. Yeah, I think you put it very well in terms of first stressing that the conversation sounds a little bit controversial. And I quite agree on that, because there are so many reasons, variety of reasons in which men and women worry about their age. And also, I like that you spoke of in Tanzanian context where we are obligated to take care of our extended families, and as our age go up, and in fact our responsibilities increase, and we are expected of a lot of things. I think that is also the same applied to women. We are also expected of a lot of things. At the age of 20 and above, we are expected of a lot of things in terms of being a woman in the society. Some also talks about the biological clock, which some argue like it's a relevant reason. Some say no, maybe it shouldn't be like that. But yeah, so I think I quite agree. We are different in terms of how and why we worry about our age. So let's talk about you now. Are you worried about your age now that you are on your 30s? Are you worried that you are on your 30s?
We used to look at people in their 30s as old people. as old folks, and now I just feel like I was wrong. I was completely wrong because you look at a brother and they tell you they're 32, 33. For the most part, we would feel pressed from multiple ends in terms of having a stable and sustainable family, income, career. So you feel pressed from multiple fronts. But also there's this pressure which comes with family ties. You constantly feel like they need you, or you constantly feel like you need to contribute to building the family. So I feel it as a human being. But also I pointed out that we have some immediate demands, personal demands. We have a career to take care of. So I feel like the age is pressing. The age is pressing a lot, and these demands are also pressing. And probably it is the right time to do some lifetime decisions, including, say, having a family. We already chose the career path, but we still need to navigate around, learn more other things, incorporate other perspectives. But also it's time when we start thinking about other lifetime decisions, like where do I want to be? Where do I want to live in the next 10 years or in the next 20 years? Where am I building my retirement? Where am I building my retirement block? How many kids? I and my partner will have. There's plenty of thoughts, but also for me, the spiritual side of it is a reflection of how God loves us. Because I lost a brother.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I lost a cousin in 2019. Yeah, he was older than me. He was like 2 years older than me. He was at a point where he had started stabilizing economically, career-wise, and more. So he died at that age. He was a very committed man to his family, to his comrades like myself, and more. So whenever I think about his untimely death, sometimes I always feel like that maybe some of us who are still alive, we have to be grateful with all that we have at the moment, despite what we need or what we aspire to have. So it is a point of being grateful. That age comes with some sort of blessings and probably reassurance from God that you are still here. I'm still with you. I'm still protecting you. But also, if you look at the incidents that have happened in our lives, some have shaped us, some have strengthened us, and especially for my case, at such a young age, I have seen a lot of things, including attempts on my life, but also including incarceration. So it speaks volumes about the power of God, the love of God for us. So it's a two-way point of view whereby at times you feel pressed with obligations, but also at the same time you remain grateful. Tushukuru, you recall the tushukuru kwa yote. Tushukuru kwa yote, Swahili term, meaning be grateful with what you have for who you are and more.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Tito, you talked about a lot of things, a lot of things. To a point, I feel like I should close the episode, but it would be fair for me to respond in such a way that would make some sense for my side. You talked about age being a blessing, which I quite agree. But the society expectation and the age being pressing, like the amount of pressure it comes with, I really feel the pressure myself, like the pressure of being where I am in terms of my age and my responsibilities. And, some things have come to be stable in my life, but some have not. Yeah, and life experiences too. You talked about a lot of things, the life experiences that one goes through to a point that now, when it comes to your age, it becomes a blessing. You talked of the incarceration and, attempts to your life. Some people can relate. I feel like it's also a blessing. I was talking to my best friend yesterday. It was her birthday. We go way back. We met in 2013. So we have 11 years since we've known each other. Like, we were worried about our age in fact, she used a Swahili language. She said, au sisi ni fungu la kukosa. But but she's doing great. Like she's doing fantastic. She did her master's in Paris, France. And now she's also doing her PhD in Berlin, Germany. But there is this sense of feeling like as if you're not doing great in your life. And that's why I felt like this conversation is important, because I take it personal in terms of, maybe Tito is going to say something that is going to uplift me and my friend, and make us feel good about where we are in terms of life. So I think what I'm taking from this conversation is to just focus on being grateful, because some people have lost their life before they're even 30. I've seen that. I lost an auntie in 2009. She was 28 years old. And she was someone thank you so much. She was someone I really adored, and she took care of me when I was very little. Our African family, yeah? When I was born, she was like 10 years old. So my mom used to tell me the story of how she was the one taking care of me. So she died when she was 28. So now that I'm on my 30s, I'm grateful that at least I've gotten to live and, see the light up until now. Anyway, Tito, because we talked about being worried about a few things and getting a lot of pressure and that it's a little bit pressing. So what strategies do you use to cope with the worries that come with it?
My approach is I incrementally set priorities, but also I look at things that matter to me most. I seriously focus on my career because I think this is the backbone of my survival. I know no other job or other business other than legal practice. So I make sure that I diligently do what I'm supposed to do. I gain a reasonable competence, but also expertise in what I'm doing for the purpose of being able to deliver quality services. But also, apart from setting priorities, I constantly go back to my family. Yeah, my family have to feel like I'm there. They have to see me. They have to bless me. They have to have my back. I have to feel that way. But also, I make sure that I don't lose the bloodline ties. I constantly share my progress with the family, with friends, but also I align my priorities with the camaraderie around me, especially for the people I'm working with or for the people I'm planning things with. I make sure that we work together so that whenever I don't have the strength to keep moving, one of them should carry my hand. Yes, I could have said a lot, but I gained the strength from trying to be the best at what I'm doing, but also not losing the social capital I already have, among other things.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. You talked of family, which I align with that concept 100%. You are extremely positive, and I'm taking a lot from what you have just said. And also for my side, I think I almost do the same in terms of sharing with my family, making sure I'm close with my family, sharing where I am in terms of life so that they can bless me and also they can feel my presence and vice versa. Now I try to prioritize my mental well-being and also my physical health, because I feel like that's the priority for now, and I have been doing that intentionally. At my 30s, I feel like I have a lot of baggages. So now I'm trying to deal with them. A lot of negativity, a lot of baggages that I think I have. I'm just trying to clear them out. It's not simple to clear everything out, but trying to also maintain a cycle of my close friends that are there for me and that I'm there for them as well. I wonder though whether it's the same applied to you, because there are some people who are bullying in terms of whether the way they talk to you about your age or the way they talk to you about things you should have done or things you should have accomplished. I get that a lot. I'm not strong all the time in terms of how I react towards what they're expecting me to be doing or to have accomplished. For example, people are very mean in terms of, oh, you don't have kids up until now. Oh my God, I think you're absolutely late. You are late. You are going to have a disabled child. Those kind of conversation you have with people, and they are so hurtful. And also people would say to you, I think you are too late to get married. Nobody is going to marry you. I mean, your time is overdue. Like nobody is going to see you anymore, So it's a lot of negativity, and sometimes it can be a lot, especially for us women. And the only thing that is very disappointing is the fact that some people do not take it serious. And even if you try to tell them, oh, this is not good, or this is what I've been going through, like nobody is there to help you per se. They're just there to, to say, yeah, maybe it's true. By the way, yeah, it's true, you are late. And you think biological clock is real. It's not a joke. So you have to be careful. So it's like we need to be careful. I don't know why I should be careful of God's blessing towards me. Why should I be careful that God has blessed me with a long life? But anyway, I think this conversation is a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult.
I agree with you. Sometimes the surroundings can make you look like you are late, you are lazy. Yeah, but I think we should be able to craft our own formula of success, because the comparative advantage of all these conversation, or of trying to look at other people and look at ourselves, it may come with both taste, bitter and sweet. So if you equate yourself with someone who had a good economic standing since their early 20s, and you also want to substitute whatever they did to your circumstance, you may eventually fail. But if we manage to craft our own formula of success, be content with what we have, be grateful, I think life can be easy a bit, and trying to impress the circumstances surrounding us, including our friends and people.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Tito, for joining me. And I am really grateful that you could, use this time with me to have this conversation. I think, maybe we can chat again next time. Sure. I think next time we can talk about legal issues.
Yeah, sure. Asante sana, Max. Thanks for having me.
So thank you so much, CFI Sweethearts, for listening to this episode. And for those who have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, or for those who have not yet followed us on our Spotify and wherever you get your podcast, you can just go and follow us there and maybe subscribe on our YouTube channel. We are also available on social media platforms. You can just go and search CFY Official Podcast. Thank you so much, and bye-bye for now. Kwaheri.